All right, you lot, let's make television! All right, you lot, let's make television!
Your time has come, you smug bastard! The aliens are here! We're all going to die!
I'm gonna do a terrific show today, and I'm gonna help people because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
Yeah, you can probably hear me from across the room, right?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Yeah, but right, but I sound far away. I have to figure that one out because that's.
I can hear you now, yeah.
Yeah, but right, but I sound far away. I have to figure that one out because that's.
I can hear you now,
Yeah, but. All right. Well, the thing I did that once before, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play this, and I can hear the music over here, but if I don't have the sound set up right where it's supposed to be. Aggregate device. I just want to try this. I mean, we'll get moving along here, but
yeah.
I need to figure this out because it's like I bothered to make the damn thing. I want to use it, and I don't know why not. Let's see. You can't hear that, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, I mean the music. Can you hear the music?
No.
Wait, sorry. Let me get this. No sound?
No sound.
No sound?
No sound.
How about now? You can hear it? Yeah. All right.
I'm not sure if it's my speaker. but it sounds kind of muddy.
Can you still hear it?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like I'm on hold. You know, how the music kind of goes in and out.
Can you hear it now?
Yes.
All right. All right. Yeah. Sorry about that. I always forget to do that. You have to do strange stuff with audio on a Mac. So let me see. What do I want to do here? This. Get this right. Yeah, I guess this is the same as this. All right. Well, if that's big enough. Now, are you working off your phone?
Yeah. Is that okay?
No, I'm just saying, like, if you want to save, who's here? Sean D. Brand, victim. Hello. I'm kind of hoping, well, just don't be offended by this. I'd rather have more real estate on the actual art. I still want to be able to hear what you're saying, but if you
Yeah.
want to save the bandwidth or whatever, then I'm going to do a solo layout.
Yeah, that's okay.
All
You
right.
have the voice. A voice in the wilderness.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad everyone is here, and by everyone I mean everyone.
Me.
Don't forget to like and whatnot. Let me get to the live chat here so I can see what's going on. Dude, I had like 12 minutes to go on this, and naturally, the camera just decides to bug out. And I'm like, okay, great. Well, that's awesome. It just, decided to like disconnect. I'm like, okay, well, the easiest thing to do, obviously, is just reboot. So that's what I did. And where's my glove? And then, I reboot, and now there's like all this updating, and I'm like, okay, I want to make sure this is set, make sure everything is set, and then off we go. And now I'm like audio issues and stuff like that. I mean, this is freaking aggravating.
It's not even worth it. Duh.
Dude, do you want to explain to the viewers what this is?
You mean what I'm doing?
No, what I'm doing. They can't see you.
Okay.
The character lab. I'm gonna find a glove. I'll be right back.
I'm thinking that he's going to be doing some sort of character study where we're going to develop a character based on input from you, the audience, or me, the other audience. That's my best guess because I don't think he's doing a comic book review. It looks like he's got just a piece of paper and a tool there. So hurry up and come back.
But you know how we used to do this when we were kids. It would just be like a series of questions. And one of the things I want to do today is not just quote unquote play the game, but I want to kind of streamline it for people who haven't really done it before. Okay. Is a fan and a troll fan/troll? All right. No, I won't. I won't ban you unless you start acting in an unworthy fashion. Your uniqueness is safe with me. So what it is we basically ask questions. You have a character somewhere in your mind, or you want to make one up as you go along, and we start with. I think the best thing to start with is some basic questions. Kind of think of it like a classification: animal, vegetable, mineral, or in this case, a human, alien, or monster. Last week, or not last week, but the last time I did this, Brian wanted to describe a monster. He always liked dinosaurs as a kid, so I did something that was along those lines. And I don't know that he understood. I mean, he understood the concept of it. I didn't know that I don't think he was prepared to stick around for like the whole like 2.5 hours, however long it takes to do something like this.
Or more
So
like, do this for me. Yeah, you gotta add a few more prompts into the machine to get AI to do that for you. You got to be specific.
yeah, so I wanted to start off with basic. Are we going to do a man, woman, alien, monster, or something different? I'd like to stick to a figure because this is mostly about like figure drawing and things like that.
I think we can go with a woman. Let's try a woman, as if that's
Okay.
never got any trouble before.
Yeah, right. Okay, so and then if we're gonna start with, so we'll start with a woman. Let's see, how do we want her to sit?
Are we going to be looking at the front of her or the back of her?
Well, I don't know. It doesn't. I don't think we can probably do a nice twist, and you can see and see both.
I don't think anybody on here has to worry about being unruly. I mean,
Well,
yeah,
nobody's almost nobody's watching.
I'm the benchmark. Are we going to have her
Look,
standing over
there's a
the?
Vicky. Look, there's a Miami Spice. Thank you, Miami. I appreciate that. I'm trying to keep an eye. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat up at the top there. I mean, like I'm like my phone is here.
Your peeps.
Well, they are peeps. I wouldn't want to claim ownership of any human being. Are we talking about like a muscle bound, or is this? Are we talking about somebody? Let's talk about like powers. Does she fly?
Yeah, she can fly. Because I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
And I mean, and when I'm asking you this stuff, if you think that there's a better place to start, that's usually where I went whenever I was doing this for like like at a party with kids or something like that, and I would ask them questions. It would usually start with, is it a guy, is it a girl, does she fly, if so how, and stuff like that. So I'm just, the only reason I'm asking about flight right now is because I want to have somewhere to go with whether her feet are on the ground.
Well, one of the ideas I just had was kind of reminds me of the hell's their name? Teen Titans. Something makes me think of a girl that's actually stuck to the ground. Like she can move, but only because her feet are locked into the earth, and the earth moves her to where she has to go. Like if she was in the air, it would be because she's standing on two stilts made of rocks. But
Is that what I'm doing?
yeah, do that. Make that for me.
Okay.
I have a dollar. Can a dollar make me anything?
I don't know if that's like a Legion of Superheroes character. If it is, I haven't seen it. All the Legion of Superheroes stuff that I've ever seen was always like earlier.
Well, the Teen Titans stuff that I was talking about was back before they started making them look stupid. So it was illustrated and somewhat comical, but not over the top. Like Robin looked like a person rather than a Fisher Price Sesame Street action figure thing.
I got to remember to get one of those brushes so I don't get finger marks all over the page.
Yeah, that's what the glove is for, right?
I need some Enya background music. And you're gonna pick a typical Sail Away, Sail Away. What's wrong with a Caribbean Blue? That's my favorite. And it's too short, I think.
That's
I'm looking at the chat.
Yeah, that's a 3-4 count. That is, I'm also, see, here's the weird thing. I'm a fan of that one too. So like anything that back when making mixes was something anybody ever felt like doing, I actually had that in one. And that's saying a lot, where I'll go through the effort of putting this onto something else, along with even expending the effort. These days it seems like it's a lot of effort because all you gotta do is like think about it and it happens.
I thought it was fun working with cassette tape, except you always had that either a super lot of like empty space at the end, or the song got cut off early.
You ever
Because you
notice?
got like 45 minutes on each side of a Maxell Chrome.
You ever notice how DJs always shut up right before the lyrics? Like they would talk through the intro, which is probably why Dream Theater never went on radio. Like the DJ's allowed to talk through the entire song up until they start singing words. We'd be
Right.
listening to DJ for like.
Let me see if I want to get a tilt a head back like this.
Have you listened to have you ever listened to Liquid, is it Liquid Tension Experiment, LTE?
I haven't heard of that. What is
There's a it's like a side gig that John Pertucci was doing with some other people, and Glasgow Kiss is one of my favorites. There are no words. That is to say that there's no lyrics.
Right. You haven't the lyrics.
Also, it's a good song. Yeah, those tend to be the kind of songs that I gravitate towards in the first place, like DT, Chase the Ace, and all that stuff, where there's like, it's just the instruments and like, the vocalist is down in the back taking a break.
Yeah, it's not a 100% hit for me every time, but there's a couple of cool songs that I like from Nemec, but that would be there is vocals, and a lot of times it's more like screaming. It's heavy. It's like heavier. Let's see.
You mean like death metal?
I'm getting my proportions right. What's that?
You mean like death metal?
No, I mean, well, for crying out loud, there's
singing with a growl.
There's so many different versions of it, but I don't know. It's weird. Like, you go into Spotify and you start making a playlist, and then halfway through it, and you're like, start to feel old.
Yeah, I feel old all the time.
Let's see.
And then like walking over to
I'm trying to make it so that she's. I mean, I want her to have like a Frazetta back end, but like it's always been that struggle for me to whenever I'm drawing women to make them soft, but also not like mushy. I guess mushy is not really the right word, but
pudgy.
This is really some basic stuff here. I just want to make sure that my by the time I'm halfway done with it, I don't have this, that head's in the wrong position, or bodies don't move like that, or whatever. Trap, shoulder. I think
the more I don't
like right here, like this is what's bothering me right here. I feel like there's something wrong with like this.
Now, can you do? I'm not trying to get you like to stop and concentrate on something completely different, but can you do something about, like, is it up to me to do something about the contrast? Because I can kind of see what you're doing.
Pencil.
Right, I know, but I was like, can you account for that?
I'll just start with the black pencil.
Ooh, yay! Let's see how I make you do things. William is 22 today.
Who? What? As how old?
22.
Oh, that's right. It's the 28th. Yeah. Wasn't he born on the 29th?
No. He was born on the last annual day of February.
Happy birthday.
Willie Pete. Yeah. I remember that.
Did you ever see American Pop?
No, that's animated, right?
Yeah. You never seen that?
No, is that Ralph Bakshi?
Yeah.
He's kind of a perv. I mean, that's not saying a lot, but he likes them women's.
Well, I think the bar for perv is a little bit higher these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this head is doing weird things. I don't like it. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna try to get this whole figure. This would be collar would go here, here, and then okay.
Okay, so
Oh, Jeff, say the name of the band again.
Liquid Tension Experiment.
There.
Oh, somebody asking?
What's up, Kev? Our buddy Kevin is in the chat. Are you seeing any of the chat, or are you doing something completely different?
No, let's see. I pressed on the chat, but I don't, there's comments. Oh, Mr. Merkel.
What's going on?
Fully fluffy women rock, bro. Yeah, that's true.
It almost sounds like an irony. Fluffy women would rock. Using something hard to describe something soft. But that's just it's just how it goes. I mean, you're not incorrect, Kev.
I'm the co-host. I'm a co-host. Nice.
Yeah, you're in here with me. These other wonderful people are just out in the audience.
Get in the back.
Yeah, this is the thing. It looks like there's an arm coming out of her back, and I don't want that. I want it to.
That's the thing. I can't really see. I mean, I can, but only if I. Let's see. How do I get back to the screen?
See, if I do that, then I can't see.
Looks like someone digs the LTE. Someone's digging it. Is that Sean?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I play music in the background, I don't think I'm going to be making any money off of this stream, anyways. But that means that I stop drawing. Jeff, you can put music on; they'll be able to hear it through your microphone.
You mean you want me to put music on from another device?
I don't know what you've got going on over there.
It's just, I've got. It's funny. I went to Big Lots and picked up a Bluetooth radio from Polaroid. The company that makes pictures has branched into sound and failed because their shit's at Big Lots. I don't even know where it is. Let's see. Oh, here it is. But isn't it going to destroy your dreams of success? And
no, it's just it just all it means is that if I ever get monetized, this stream won't be able to make any like chump change. I'm not worried about it. All right. I gotta get rid of this.
Okay, so here's a short one. This is not from Liquid Tension.
Yeah, the audio quality is going to be excellent. I can feel it.
Really? Are you being sarcastic? It's hard to tell. I've only got one. It's only 1 minute and 30 seconds, and it needs to be longer because I really like it. Tell me if you can hear that.
No, that actually sounds like shit. I think Sean is asking a little too much of me. I just suffered a huge crash before this whole thing started. And my audio issues, making sure that my my sound could be heard, and now I'm gonna draw it. Jeff, you got a DJ. Have you considered just singing a cappella for the chat? Are you even there still? The hip, do this, and then give her nice Kardashian buns. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the kid, but
No, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
yeah, I can hear you now. I just don't think the music is coming through. It's
Well,
okay though. You don't stress out about it.
It's either one or the other. I'm trying not to stress out. I'm paying somebody a lot of money to keep me from keep me from doing that.
Really?
Yeah.
I think
Figured
drugs are cheaper. Not
Well-
that I'm a doctor. Don't take my medical advice.
If I can convince him that I need it, all I really got to do is do some research on the internet about how to act a way that I want to. If I start getting distracted,
I can't even do that. I had a buddy of mine at work makes a real nice limoncello, and what in order to make limoncello, you use moonshine. I'm probably like outing myself or whatever, but he's like, I can't find. He's like, do you have any more of that? Because I'd make I make wine. Let's get back from this. Is that ass too big? I think it's
no.
I make wine, and he actually, apparently it was good enough that his very picky mother-in-law asked if she could buy 3 bottles, and like the last 3 bottles of that flavor that I had. So like, okay. Anyways, long story short, I know a guy that I did some pinstripe work for who can get that, like that good hill people stuff from like West Virginia. And so I got 3 bottles, 2 for him and 1 for me. And I was having some the other night. And I tell you what, it is weird. There is a difference between the drunk that you get off of like beer versus liquor versus, and you can really tell the difference when it's moonshine. Wow.
Yeah, they have moonshine down here.
No, I mean like, I don't mean like the state decided to call moonshine something that it's not so that they can sell it to tourists.
Okay. Oh, you're talking
about
in a glass jug without any labels on it.
Yeah, I mean it was in a like a 750 liter, bottle, but it was still like remember and I don't know if they sell it. I know they don't. I don't think they sell it in PA anymore. But you remember Bacardi 151? Hey, yeah. Susan.
Yeah, they have.
Susan is there. This was 160. This stuff was like 160 proof.
Yeah, there's they do sell 160 proof. It's called moonshine, and okay, that's not bad. Hey, do you ever? I mean, I'm sure you draw the arms up a bit. You know what I would do, and this is just me. Then you know what though? Here's the thing. I don't think anybody that ever gives you suggestions on what to do to the drawing as far as character and design, nobody ever goes, yeah, but could you bring the hips back a little bit? Like nobody ever like goes, you're drawing it wrong. Like that's not what I'm trying to say, but like nobody does that, right? Oh, that's nice.
But where the hand went? Yeah, it's weird. Looking at it from the monitor across the room, it's different. There's you know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. I'll just take it as a lesson. If this ends up looking way out of proportion by the time I'm done, I'll have to make corrections for the future. Really, what I need to do is just, draw more instead of but every time I pick up a pencil, I feel like I'm knocking some rust off. I mean, because her, one arm is going this way and the other arm is going this way, and she's in a twist. I'm doing one of those. People don't usually move in this way, but the only reason I'm doing it is so that I can see all the appendages, and I don't know that that's always necessary every time. You don't have to put every hand in and make it visible.
Yeah.
Shortened as well. So
what about the costume? What do you think about for the costume?
I don't know. That's not up to me.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just doing this thing where there's
so much pressure.
Rocks down here.
So much pressure. I got to come up with all these ideas myself.
Well, normally it would be like, well, I mean, this is actually how it is. If you're like, yeah, sure, make it so that she's, being propelled by the earth. I'm assuming what you mean is being propelled by the earth the way that Iceman would be propelled by ice.
Yeah, it comes up and pushes her around.
Right. So that's basically what this is two bits of jutting earth that are, kind of picking her up and lifting her.
The other side boom is at the wrong angle. I know, Kevin. It should be right at your face, right? Wrong angle. I'm sorry. There's women in here.
Yeah. How's this? Now her ribs are the first thing you see.
Yeah, that's cool. What does everybody think about hip bones?
Yeah, tell me about the boobs. Tell me all about the boobs, everybody. Anyways, if she's an earth elemental, maybe that's a direction you want to keep going in.
Yeah. Do you put armor on people?
I can.
Rock armor.
Okay.
I don't know how to make that look good. Maybe it should be maybe her weapon of choice should be a slingshot, huh? Get it? Sorry, folks. A little David and Goliath humor there.
Yeah. Another by the very earth, by Mother Earth, she's getting pushed around now. I don't know how the Earth First people are going to come after me for that one. Mother Earth pushing a woman around? Short circuit. Okay, so let's see. Blah. So we'll basically just do some kind of a rock texture on this stuff here.
Yeah, normally, yeah, like, I mean, it's a woman, which is prettier than a man, in my opinion. And so you want to, like, there's always a tug of war between, like, you want to show her the costume, put her in a costume.
If they can make if they can, make Iron Man, Ironheart, and make sure that She-Hulk is more powerful than the Hulk, then why can't we do that version of the Thing?
That's actually what we're doing, isn't it?
Well, kind of when you think about it. When you think about it.
I don't do that a lot. That's foregone conclusion. I don't think a lot.
When you think about it, get it? Yeah. The Thing. Waka waka waka. All right, so yeah, I'll just maybe like do some, and that they should be random. I would think they don't have to be like a standard. These rock shapes take the form of, or maybe loosely they could, the form of a deltoid. Like armor up her shoulders with rock, armor up her forearms with rock.
Now you can't see me, right? Like nobody can see me.
No, you can look at the screen. That's what everyone sees.
Okay.
You can see the screen, right? You can see.
Yeah, I can see but I can also see myself off to the side there, so I just wanted to make sure.
No, you're in a single layout.
Okay.
I mean, I'm in a single layout.
Right.
Why are you
You don't-
trying to draw something and show it? You need me to? Do you need to be on screen?
No, I'm good. I just no, I don't need to be on screen. I'm not the attention whore that you are.
Right. Exactly. So let's say if she was going to have something in her hands, what do you think it would be here?
Okay.
Or actually, better yet, should she even have a hand? I mean,
Well,
if she's using the earth to propel her forward, wouldn't she also, in the same way that the Hulk would pick up a car, wouldn't she have Ms. Marvel stone hands?
Ms. Marvelston.
Miss Marvel stone hands.
No.
Is this thing on?
Yeah, I was about to ask you the same thing. Come on, people. I think that maybe she should have rocks of different sizes, varying shapes, floating nearby, like encompassing her hands. So there might be some sort of like field, maybe, but she's basically controlling the earth telekinetically. So being able to throw the stuff.
Okay, so not hands made of rock, but rocks surrounding her hands.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe her hands in that arthritic clamped position, like the kind of position that you have like your mad scientist.
Yeah, like you're casting a spell.
Yeah, trying to pull something up with your mind and you use your hands as a gesture. So this is something that you do like normally? How often do you do this?
This isn't something that I do normally. This is something that I did one time. We used to do this with Shelley.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then yes. Oh, is Suzanne messing with me? I didn't even know that. Ah, right. I got it. This is why I need I mean, I know somebody referred you as co-host, but this is why I actually need a real co-host. Because I can't pay attention to the chat and do this at the same time. I miss too much of what's being said.
Okay.
Interacting with the chat is what makes it fun for them.
Sean and Suzanne have a thing going, it looks like. Sean says
you're not getting anyone in trouble.
Oh, well, hey, it's.
I'm kidding. I don't know.
What happens on the internet stays on the internet.
Actually, I think it's the other way around. What happens on the internet never doesn't.
It's the same.
It's always.
I'm a marketing genius. There's no stopping me.
All right.
I'm lightning in a bottle, but there's no rod.
Black it out.
No rods where I work.
Yeah. Are you on vacation or what?
Yes, I decided to take a break.
A staycation.
Yeah, I'm in the basement building a stand for one of my ships, and Elena works from home, so we're here together.
You're on a staycation.
Yeah.
I like those. I would actually if it came to we're gonna drive here and sit our ass in that creek or whatever, like cabins and stuff like that, like with the family is fun, and I enjoy doing it. But it's one of the things I had tried to explain to Lindsay before. Is like when you could do something like this, You don't have to, you don't need to spend money on gas. You don't need to go anywhere. All you have to do is go in the basement and vacation in your head. And then you can go anywhere.
Basically, you have to you go in the basement, fuck around, and find out. That's basically it. Because you're, left alone with your own thoughts. You get to find shit out.
Right. So
while you're fucking around.
Right. Like I'm saying, okay, so we've got, maybe I can zoom in. That might be a better way to, 'cause I wanted to be able to see the whole page, but I don't think that's working.
Sean wants to know if you can talk about the butt size. And we certainly can talk about the butt size. What would you like to talk about? Is it a good size? I thought maybe you would want to go right where the forearm is down. You'd want to go where that belly is and kind of pull it back a little bit.
That's the thing. That's not belly. That's supposed to be hip. I need to, I'll fix that in a second here.
Okay.
I wonder if that little light.
You know what they call that? It's my favorite science fiction show.
No, I do not know what they call that.
The Expanse. But
I'm on the wrong one. There's two ways to adjust this camera, and one of them pulls it in.
Much too small. Not too small, but much too small. Secondary emergency boob lasers. Yeah, that's true. I don't know how. So with lasers and rocks.
Well, if she can propel rocks.
Well, they're boob lasers.
If she can propel rocks telekinetically, then I would imagine she'd be able to get them to move as fast as like a rail gun.
Right. And if she's wearing a boulder bikini, a rock-filled bikini, then she can actually levitate. Anyway, moving on.
Rock boobs.
That's the name of my favorite band that doesn't exist.
Let me see if I can get in on this face a little bit.
Ah, the ley lines. Ooh, someone has been listening to ley lines. Yeah, that's why all the pyramids are lined up the way they are. Or what was that?
Is this a conspiracy theory? Or did we just jump into conspiracy theories?
No, it's not really. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's more like suppressed information. Okay. Like some of the things that people think and ask, and then the scientists go, "Come on, simple human, of course not," and then it turns out to be the exact thing. So,
everybody knows what's the difference between a conspiracy theory and fact.
There was one thing that
the chat knows. What's the difference between a conspiracy theory and a fact? The chat will answer. The chat knows. Anyways, keep going.
Yeah, like she's throwing the rocks as weapons. Ooh, if she could propel those things or get those to travel as fast as you guys ever see a 30 millimeter A10, a Vulcan cannon on the A10? Every 10th round is a tracer. So if you watch that thing fire, you can't actually. It fires so fast it sounds like an industrial fart, and it's completely lit.
It kind of sounds like that.
Yeah, every 10th bullet comes out so at such a rapid pace that it just looks like a line of light.
Yeah, like the PDCs in The Expanse.
Yeah. 0 point energy.
Yes, time is correct. Sean is correct. It basically, it used to be 6 months. Now it's about 3 months.
Conspiracy is a conspiracy until it isn't. A conspiracy theory is a theory. See, how can I put this? The difference between a conspiracy theory and a fact is the lie that lies between them. I guess I don't know.
It's 6 months.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
the correct answer.
yeah.
Huh. Kind of looking like a turtle head. I don't know if I want to do rocks in the hair. I don't
Maybe
know if I want to do that.
maybe that you should make it a Mo rock.
That's not
But
bad.
then it'll look like a dinosaur lady. 'Cause she'll
Yeah,
have
it'll basically be the same thing I did last week, only a girl and rocks. Also, I don't want to do this. I mean, I want to get the head like too small. Does her head look too small for her body?
I don't know. Hang on. No.
I think maybe this actually comes down a little bit more. We don't need to go. We don't need to go all the way like that. That's probably more like it. Okay. Yeah, if she's telekinetically attaching all these rocks and stuff to her body, that's got to be like, okay, you're finally done. You go back to your cave hideout, you undress for the day, and they all just crash to the ground.
Yeah. Excuse me, will I sip into something a little more comfortable?
All right. Let me ask you a question.
Do you have a breath mint? Her stanch. Close call. Her stanch is as if she is throwing with power. So a more muscular but stance. Yeah. Suzanne. Her what?
Like if I was gonna do a position where she's throwing something, I would have to start over because I mean that takes a completely different pose altogether. See, like if I was doing that throwing.
Well, you could just say she's throwing like a girl. Which isn't bad.
I was trying to get it so that it's sort of like in Bernini's David. That statue, that's like the one that's like really cool.
Yeah.
Not the one where he's just like standing there, but he's got that look on his face. And actually, I could probably do that here. Put the right look on her face for.
I just said yeah because I thought I knew what you were talking about, but I don't.
Well, Bernini's David is the one where you can like he's basically he's like the human equivalent of a rubber band. The way that a pitcher's right in
Oh, right. When his arm's like way back and you can't see it. It's like his helmet is growing a hand.
He's not wearing a helmet. This is David and Goliath with the sling.
When you're in a pitching position, depending on the perspective, if you're like looking right at the pitcher, he's got one hand at you, and the other hand is so far back you might see a hand emerging from the silhouette of his helmet. On the opposite, because you still got to come around and he's cranking up.
Yeah, that like exactly. Yeah, you can see that wind up.
Vicky T.
But if anyone was to look up Bernini's David, you'd know what I'm talking about. I however, got my hands full.
Okay.
See, I want to be able to use up this physical media here because I've got the pencils and I've got the cardboard and stuff like that. But I think this would actually be easier from the the monitor over there. I mean, the sound is going to be better. Anyways, okay, let's keep going here. I've only got so much time.
He's David. It won't be good.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to talk into my phone.
Well, what are you tapping?
The thing it won't, it can't hear. Okay. Oh, there. Okay, I see it. Yeah. Yeah, he's about ready to go. Yeah, you can see the obliques and everything.
Okay, so you were typing into your phone just now. That's what that pounding was? I was just checking. Like the first time I did any like streaming at all, I tried to share my screen. The computer volume was like normally where I like it, but I saw 5 people in the stream yank their headphones off because I had apparently the volume was like really loud, and that's not happening here. I'm just like wondering like what is that? It sounds like you're it sounds like you're tapping a bag of potato chips, but
That's.
I guess you were just doing a Google search.
I was really happy about it too. That must have been it. Tap 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 tap. Laser boobs. Vicky likes the laser boobs. And the butt.
Thanks. Athletic, right? We're trying to give her a little bit of muscle tone after all. Well, I mean, it would be typical for an earth elemental to be, bulky, like the thing. Kevin is sending me a photo. Do I stop drawing to look at it?
No, he sent me the same photo.
Okay.
The only reason why the government would want to disarm you after 243 years is because they intend to do.
What? You're not allowed to say that?
No, I wasn't fast enough.
How many computers do you have in your house? Just the one, and then your phone?
I have I have my phone, and then I have my iPad, and then there's and then my personal computer upstairs, and also my company laptop.
And you're on your phone right now?
Yes, because I can take my phone with me, and I guess I could use my iPad, but I can't clamp it into anything. So, like, right now, the phone is clamped into something that's on the end of, like, a camera arm.
Yeah. Okay. So you're recording yourself, or we're just looking at you? My question being, like, if you're not recording something with your phone, then why does it need to be in a clamp? Well, I guess this answers that question. It looks like he's locked up. He tried to do too many things at once. Yep, they're gone. Okay, it's just us. All right, let's see. Man, that would kind of suck, really, when you think about it. I don't think we thought out this idea first, because if she's going to have like a G-string made of rocks, rock thong. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what happened?
Well, I heard you tell everyone that I was frozen, so I decided to get rid of all my screens, including this one, and then I reconnected. I don't know if that worked.
Yeah, I did. I don't know. I didn't know what you were doing. Yeah, something that made me think of Doomsday when we're talking about if there's going to be rocks and stuff, then wouldn't there be like rocky protrusions that she could use as a kind of a like if she was going to knee somebody in the balls or elsewhere, that would hurt.
Rock balls.
Hey, who among us, right?
So yeah, I'm gonna go back over to chat.
Yeah, watch the chat. Watch the chat. Everybody wants the laser boobers. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, and not to say that it's a bad idea. Here, how about this? We'll just
Earthbender without
that should satisfy.
without the
Should
cold.
satisfy her. You can see it. How do I want to do? I did a. Let's see. I could probably. I'm just gonna like darken in some stuff real quick here to get me started on where this inks should go. See if I can get this into ink.
Yeah, Kevin Mohawk likes Storm.
Right.
Never did that, did they? They never did a
What?
Storm. They never did Storm with the Mohawk, did they?
Oh yeah, for years.
No, not in like the movies.
Oh yeah, not in the movies, but yeah, that was a thing. That wouldn't actually be a bad idea. Fans would probably not hate that. I'm telling you, the amount of work. Oh well, geez, I'm sorry, Sean. I know that thinking of Captain Marvel is anathema these days, because geez, but
Right. Yeah, Captain Marvel. Free cheese.
this character does not hate you for being you. So take solace in that. Now, if you were going to recast the X-Men in like the 1970s, who would you cast as Professor X?
In the 70s?
Yeah, like 70s celebrities and stuff, like from 1970 to 1979.
Well, you're probably
People who were alive then that you'd seen on TV or whatever.
Yeah. Kev, that suit with the hair at the top, I guess. I think. No, she didn't. She had like some sort of technological skull scoop or something, right? I'd probably Telly Savalas is the first bald-headed thing to. Well, no, there's also
you can shave somebody's head. I'm just saying they don't have to be bald, but that's not a bad. I mean, what was it? Yul Brynner.
Yul Brynner. Jinx.
I'd go Yul Brynner. How about Storm?
In the 70s?
Yeah. What was that chick? Pam Grier? Put her in there?
I don't know.
Robert Blake is Wolverine? That's a gimme, I think.
Well, Robert, it's got to be short.
Have you ever seen Beretta?
No, actually. So, I mean, I'm just like, just make sure, I don't know.
I have not. The Cyclops is kind of like it doesn't even matter because you don't see his. It could be anybody.
Marlon Brando, yeah, he looked a lot like Burt Reynolds in my.
Marlon Brando for what character?
I don't know. I'll let you know. But I'm Googling these as you say them because I'm not as old as dirt. I know. Yeah.
The vitriol coming off the chat.
which can only mean one thing. We are as old as dirt.
No, I don't believe everything you read.
Halle Berry when she was 5.
No, Shelley always used to think that Imon would have been a great storm, and I have to agree.
I didn't think that's who she was talking about. I think she was talking about Sleepy Eye.
Grace Jones?
Yeah.
That would have been kind of cool too. I liked I am on well, you've seen her before.
Yeah, she was on Star Trek 6. The other good movie.
Right, yeah, she was that alien. That shapeshifter. Is there a name for this chick?
Oh, geez, we could just pick the low hanging fruit. Raquel.
Ah, not bad. Let me see if I can get a finger in there. It's not going to work. You know what the nice thing about sucking at this right now is at this hand is I can just cover it with rocks and get lazy. Like, I know David Finch says that a lot of times. When in doubt, black it out.
Yeah, that's what they
I don't
did
want to
with.
quote him on every single stream, but he looks like he has so much fun while he's on there drawing. I just think the twist of having somebody come up with something unique like this is going to be fun for people to want to like and subscribe and click and whatnot.
So, do you consider it Boonbeam? Boo beam.
What?
I'm reading the thing. Laser boob.
Boob beam. Yeah, there's one here.
If she's old, if we determine that she's old,
yeah. This ought to give you an idea of how her back is bent, so you can see the two going that way.
So Sean's bored at work, right? Sean said he was bored at work. What does Sean do? Yeah, I guess the rocks, I mean, obviously the rocks need dimension, like, if you added more.
They will. Yeah.
They had better. So she looks kind of like a crystal thing too, though.
Well, I know, and that's what's odd about that is that there is an indie comic creator, Mandy. She gets her as she at Wart the Wizard is the is on Twitter, Instagram, or whatever. But she's got a character called shit. Now that I'm trying to think of it, yeah, it'll come to me. But
Sean works. That's what he said. Do you work hard for the money? So.
Gem Shock. It's called Gem Shock, and that is basically it. It's not exactly like this, but her power. She's covered in diamonds strategically. In fact, I feel like
everything you're saying is.
I've got imposter syndrome now.
That's okay. Everybody has that, from what I hear. I don't know. I don't have that. Yeah, everything that's Kevin is saying, it's making me feel better about myself. As in, Kevin, yes. I mean, no. Bad idea. Marlon Brando for Magneto.
Oh yeah. Marlon Brando for Magneto. That'd be an expensive movie, right there.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I heard that Val Kilmer is kind of an asshole to work with as well.
Martin Sheen is kind of short. Then he's got some hair you'd be able to do a Wolverine with.
You're going Apocalypse now?
No, I'm just saying, well, yeah, I mean, off of that, I'm just saying that Martin Sheen would make a good Wolverine if it's in the 70s. He's fairly young. He's a short guy, and he's got that. He's got enough of a coif. You'd be able to sculpt that into whatever it is that Wolvie's got going on. Hair and makeup would have a grand old time with him. Oh, shit, I wish I had thought about that before I started drawing this. No, we can't do that. It looks too much like Gemshock. But Gemshock's got like nice, they're like crystals. This is supposed to be like ugly, rocks and stuff that are hanging off. Gemshock stuff looks more like you could spend an eternity with a jeweler's loop. She has pretty clear, and they're all clear stones.
Yeah, the thing about this character is, she can basically do her thing. Well, walk around normal. Like, she doesn't even have to change clothes. She just has to encapsulate herself in whatever's around. I wonder if she could pull down buildings. Is this a good person or a bad person or an anti-hero?
It's not up to me.
An anti-hero. She just does what she thinks she ought to.
Oh, how about, okay, so potential name.
Okay. Are you writing it down? Henry Winkler is Nightcrawler.
Earth Fist.
Earth Fist.
Like instead of Earth First.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Or be Eartha Fist. Eartha.
I usually try to stay away from names that involve the word fist.
Point taken. Yeah. All right. Let's see if I can get into some inks here. Where's my pens?
Anybody could be Phoenix, right? Doesn't look any different.
Red.
Well, which one of the Charlie Angels would you pick? Or
Charlie's Angels. Any one of those. For who?
Fawcett. Lindsay Wagner.
Too plain, honestly.
You know what, though? I mean, if we're looking for different characters, I mean, Nichelle Nichols could be Storm, for that matter. Not that I prefer it. I'm just throwing it out there like, oh, yeah.
You know what might be a better idea is to like wash some of this stuff in first.
Bosley. Juggernaut.
Yeah, I'll use the black magic. I'll use the crap ink for the grays.
The Boz. Jan Michael Vincent was doing some stuff back in the 70s for Disney. I think it was like The Greatest Athlete, Taserface. Yeah. If she was an overweight supervillain that used rocks, we could call her Sedentary.
Mm-hmm.
Get it?
Wah, wah. I see what you did there.
Kevin says call her Taserface. Where did she come from? How did she get there? Government experiment? Or
let's see. What's a good backstory? If you want to go political with it, you could say that she was protesting an experimental. Well, I like that in Splinter, experimental oil field. That was
is that what?
Splinter is such a good movie.
I thought it was okay. That was a Douglas in it, right?
What? A what?
A Douglas?
A Douglas.
One of the lesser known Douglas?
No. You mean the sympathetic villain?
Yeah.
No, that was Shea Wingham.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was honestly. Yeah, I started following his stuff after I saw that. I thought he was so good in it, and to be able to take that character from being a complete and a real asshole. I mean, he's robbing people, but then like near the end where he sells that story on like the whole reason that they were on the road going somewhere so that he could pay this woman back for all the damage that he'd done to her in her life and stuff, that he'd been on a meth bender and made all these mistakes and stuff, and then he's like, I'm like, oh man, that's a great character. I thought, I mean, the special effects were okay. I didn't like the jerky camera work, but sometimes that's what you get with low budget because you're trying to hide the effects, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, I mean that's why Stan Winston's stab at doing the monkey thing like Rick Baker didn't work out so well in Congo because they didn't light it properly. They didn't shoot it properly. You can ruin an effect by showing too much of it.
Yeah.
I mean, do you ever notice that scene in The Thing where they go to see the dog rips open and turns into that big, huge, egg yolk and mayonnaise hand? The whole time they were closing up on it, did you notice that the way that it was lit made it look like everybody with a flashlight didn't know how to point it and was afraid of pointing it at the monster? Because there's just lights zipping all over the place.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy humor. Yeah, pay attention to that chat, man. I'm busy drawing. Nobody can see what you're doing. Little help.
God.
Little help. I mean, I know that you're at home on a staycation, and I don't want to stress you out, but, here we go.
The reason I'm not paying attention to the chat is because no one can see me. What is this sound?
Sounds like sandpaper.
Okay, well, okay.
Speaking of cool sounds turned into music, if anybody's not listened to Pogo, check him out. He's got some cool stuff. He does some pretty cool stuff with Disney voices. From
My dog,
like the decent cartoons. He actually does a really cool one called what's it called? But he's using Robert Tilton, that televangelist.
the farting preacher.
No.
He is the farting preacher.
Okay. He let one rip at some point?
No, he keeps making faces, and so it's easy to dub the sound in. It's old.
No, yeah, I mean this song is what is it called? It sounds like Truana Shaba or something like that, but that's Joe Biden trying to talk.
My daughter turned me on to a band that she likes. One of the so the main guy in the band has been doing that for 9 years, but she usually watches him on Game Grumps. His character or his actual name on Game Grumps is Dan. Aaron is the other guy on the show, but this band called NSP, Ninja Sex Party. It's a pretty cool song because it's funny. It's called I Own a Car Now. And it's basically, I mean, you remember when you had your first car and it was like nothing special. Crank windows. You're lucky that it actually moved anywhere, and you're
Yeah.
surprised it passed inspection. That's basically this dude is so psyched about his car. And there's another one called My Parents' House. So it's really cool. I mean, if you ever saw Game Grumps, then you would kind of get it because they're both basically just kids. They're acting like kids, like they'll try and do things like acrylic pours, but they're so unserious about it. They just have more fun making a mess.
Yeah, I've seen those before with this like silicone and stuff.
Yeah, so Dan is the one with the curly hair. But
I have no idea what is going on with this dog. Somebody deigned it to walk across the earth, and it knows, so he has to bark at it.
Yeah.
Can you hear him up? Did you hear him up there?
No.
Jeez, good.
No. I've got questions about my house. I mean, the washer's on the spin cycle in the other room, and I can feel it. I'm like, man, they did not make this neighborhood the right way. Don't you hate it when they don't build things right?
Yes, I do. I was thinking about that too, though, about the car. The
NSP is awesome. Vicky says
it's not about the song. I'm just like saying, like, yeah, I do remember having that car, but that car like that was built in the 70s or whatever.
The Vespa or the what was it called? The Vega Monza.
It was a Monza, but yeah, it was basically a Vega. They just renamed it.
Yeah,
I'm off screen here. I'm gonna do this.
Eric has a hot wife. Which one is Eric? I thought it was Dan and Aaron. Oh, Eric. Eric's the other guy. Okay, I misheard. I must have misheard
my. Knows what you're talking about? Is that what that's going on?
Yeah, Vicky's saying that she loves Ninja Sex Party.
Oh, okay, cool.
That the other dude has.
Cool that you're not hanging out there by yourself talking about something that nobody knows about it. I hate when that happens. It happens to me a lot. I'm like, no, wait, you've never heard of this? I'm like, nope, sorry, you're on your own. I'll have to look it up though. Kara probably knows about it. She just doesn't want to say that she listens to anything with the word sex in it to her dad.
Yeah. Hey man, you know what? It's all fair game. The day that you had to go on an emergency hunt at the drugstore for tampons, all.
Not to say, I mean, like I know what you're talking about, but I had to do that when I had a girlfriend. They do that to you. That's a test. I think that's a test. It's that real life version of like if I was a burn victim, would you still love me? It's like that, only in the form of shopping.
I would love to answer that question. No, I wouldn't love you. I'd probably resent you for eating up all my health insurance. Okay. Markiplier's like a, I don't want to say an icon. He's more like a fundamental. He's like one of the first ones, right? What we could call him, one of the first ones. He's on the level of like Mr. Beast or something, isn't he?
Oh my God, the dog. Somebody across the street got a puppy. I know he's got his paws up on the desk where Lindsay's plants are. Everything's going to be all askew, and she comes home and she's going to want to know why I didn't stop him from burning the house down.
Because we can use the insurance payout. What do you mean?
No, that's bad.
Just say that. You don't have to mean it.
When she was in college, her house burned down.
Okay, don't say that then.
So I won't say that.
So we don't like this one, or we do like this one? This guy, this dog, this pet.
This one, what? This what I'm doing?
No, the dog.
Now that he's on not antidepressants. What's he on? Anxiety meds. He seems to be okay, but he's still. He can't be alone.
My dog's upstairs right now. It's kind of hanging out.
Downstairs. You're not going in there either.
The thing I don't like is when
I'm telling you.
when I find my dogs did something wrong, and I point at it, and they just look at me, and I'm like, and I point to the thing.
They look up with you. You're like, and your problem with this lies where?
I'll point to okay, so there's a chair that no one but the dogs sit on because no one but the dogs can tolerate what has happened to that chair. And so they're allergic to chicken, and it makes them lick their paws, at least Mikey. And I'm like, okay, so what one of our things has chicken in it that I didn't like? Because you can get beef flavored. Yeah, you can get beef flavored stuff that's main ingredient is chicken. It's like chicken and smoked paprika or something. I don't know, but it's never actually the thing that it says on the label. So they start licking their paws, and if he's on the chair and he keeps licking his paws, you get up and it looks like what the hell happened to the chair? It looks like somebody dumped a cup of water on it because he's just constantly licking his paws. And so I
might
point.
be a yeast thing. I know dogs have issues with that sometimes.
Is that where their paws smell like corn chips or Fritos?
Doritos? Well, dogs only perspire through their tongue and their paws.
Okay. All right. Well, the thing is, so I'll get up there and I'll point to him. I'll go, "Did you do that?" And he'll mistake the question for the command, "Get in the chair," because I'm pointing at the thing on the chair where he typically goes where he's punished. So he gets up on the chair, and then I go, "No, no, no. Did you do that?" And I point to it, and then he goes, "Pete," a little nervous, being like, "No, you're making it worse. There's already a wet spot on the chair."
You make your dog so nervous that it farts?
No, it pees.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. Yeah.
Yeah, separation anxiety. Kevin, you're unforgivable. I can't quit you. I can't quit you.
6:30 in the morning, and the dog is, vying for space on the bed because he's no longer sleeping in the bed that he fell asleep in. So I don't know. It's weird. It messes with, because like the bed that I have, I have a select comfort, so it like keeps score of your sleep. And if you don't leave that bedroom door closed, he gets on it. So it's constantly screwing with my average because there's these 2-hour stretches of time during the day where the dog was just laying in the bed, and the bed starts thinking that it's me in the bed and that I had like a terrible 2-hour nap. And I'm like, and it's not the end of the world, but you want to get your money's worth out of a select comfort bed. You want to know, like, am I really getting decent sleep or not? And first world problems.
Falling asleep behind a motorized vehicle. Yeah, because Kevin said that is dominance. And if he's talking about the dog getting on your bed, if that's all he's doing, I'm pretty sure that's not dominance.
Well, I think he's laid out he's dropped a deuce a couple of times in the garage. I think that's dominance.
Yeah. That's funny. That's dominance. That's not dominance. This is dominance.
Yeah. Yeah, if I wanted to, show my dog some dominance, I'll just piss on his head while he's sleeping.
I don't.
How do you like that?
When Jeff pets the dog and the dog pees, it's better than when Jeff pets the dog and Jeff pees.
One of my very most favorite, funniest scenes in any movie is in 10, where the old lady with the tea service comes in, Mrs. Kissel, and she's like old, and spills the tea everywhere and stuff. And they're like, "It's okay, Mrs. Kissel. We'll get it. We'll get it. We'll clean it up." And as she's walking out of the room, she farts, like just keeps walking and just, and then the dog gets up and runs out of the room. And this is a priest that says to Dudley Moore, "Oh, when Mrs. Kissel breaks wind, we beat the dog."
The family dog.
Yeah, it's like a Great Dane. It's like this big, huge dog gets up, and I love that. When Mrs. Kissel breaks wind, we beat the dog.
Two new puppies. Yeah, Link was the one that Link was the one that was like, I would like turn around and reach down, and this is when we first got him. I would turn around and reach down to give him a pet, and he would pee right there. And I'm like, I don't know what happened to you before we got you, but I am so sorry, dude. It is not cool. Okay, hang on. Kevin sent another photo. I'm going to make my phone do things. I guess you're one of the photos on Kevin's photo frame.
I am? Who is?
I think so. I think Kevin put you on his photo frame.
Is that a Facebook thing?
No, it's like a digital frame. It just cycles through a bunch of photos.
Oh, okay.
Like that thing you got for Grandma? That we got for Grandma?
Yeah, Shelly has that now.
I would like to know where a few things are. I would like to know where Dad's revolver is. I would like to know where the music box is. I would like to know where the trumpet is. Those things. I don't need them.
I have some of it. Well, you're talking about Dad stuff. I've got Grandma's china packed away. Kathy used to have that.
Well, the music. I wouldn't mind having a crack at the music box.
I don't know. That's. I'm not sure. I do have the ink drawing of the house.
Oh, cool! I've got a folder from the architectural company that made it, and the photos that they have make it look like they took a picture of their house.
Well, that's what it was. You picked it out, and they just made it. It was like
prefab, almost.
Yeah, and the interior design too. Yeah.
Susie tried. Hey, ID, good to see you.
Oh, hey, Susie, what's going on? Yeah, that there's are you wrenched on here, Jeff?
Am I what?
Wrenched. See that blue wrench? Are you looking in? You're not on the YouTube side.
I don't do both of those things at the same time. I don't think I am.
That's okay. It's she's a mod.
Cool. She looks mad.
I'm from the phone. I can't see that. Avatar.
No,
really small. Oh, yeah. She's mad. She's a bit mad. Okay, so yeah, who would play Nightcrawler?
Oh, Dave,
if you're going to cast him from the 70s.
You're live on Kevin's kitchen display.
You mean what I'm doing right now?
You're
on
doing
his refrigerator?
Yeah. No. You're just that's just where his thing is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to believe that the dog recognizes me as an alpha because it pees when it sees me, but something tells me I'm not. Other people show up and the dog is like more scared of them when they show up. I'm like, all right, fuck you then.
Bear was found in Kentucky. We don't know anything about his owner. Lindsay tried to reach out. They never got back. And, it's like our friend just had, I think, I don't want to say French Bulldog. I think Boston something, maybe a Boston. It doesn't matter. They have 2 dogs. They have the dad and they have the daughter. And apparently there was an episode in the house where somebody made a wrong turn, and now they've got these inbred puppies. And Lindsay's kind of like, oh, that's got to be Bear's problem. I'll bet he was inbred. I'm like, why do you say that? Because he does this weird head tilt. Like if he hears a funky sound that he's never heard it before, he does that head tilt that boxers do because there's boxer in him. I'm like, no, that's Brandy used to do that.
Yeah, that's called there's a word for that. I think it's called.
Looks like they're trying to figure something out.
Right. If they're just walking with their head tilted, that means they've got an ear infection. But if they're just tilting from a sound, they're trying to figure out where it's coming from. That's why.
It's that thing where you're like, oh, that's got to be it. Oh, that's the reason he's like whatever. When all it is that's just
what you think it
is as a dog.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder when they're going to come up with like a general vet soap opera instead of a general hospital. Because the only people that are ever involved in those, I don't know, I never watched General Hospital, but wasn't it just the doctors and stuff that were involved? Like, is there ever a patient involved in those stories? My point is, you can have
General Hospital is that's so that if you got according to that movie Soap Dish, if you didn't get along with the producers and the writers, they put you in a coma, and your character just kind of sat there doing nothing. Never got into soap opera. Well, I shouldn't say that. Like there was that one summer, and even with the soap opera, I was still being like, all right, I want to get the most bang for my buck. Which one of these is on for an hour, not a half an hour? I need as much story as I can possibly get. I didn't think those soap opera writers are, pretty fast.
Yeah.
When it comes to character names, like remember the one dude that had the eye patch? His name was called Patch. Okay. Yeah. Look, I don't know. We just need to come up with a name right now. Hey, Melissa Jane's here. What's going on, Melissa?
Yeah, Kevin said he's got to take off at 3. I got to take off at 3. Vicky's nervous because she has a show this weekend. What kind of a show?
Yeah, what kind of a show?
Hey, me.
I'll get a fatter marker here. An ink pen.
There is a lot of love in this room.
Yeah, that is a one.
Where are these people coming from? Like Melissa Jane says she's having breakfast, so I wonder where she is.
Us. She's in Australia. Not to dox you. I don't want to dox you, but she's in Australia.
I've been hearing some things. About that they're doing stuff down there with lockdowns and vaccines and the like.
Well, that was before. I think and a lot of that was in. They're really, honestly, I think it depends on the region. Some areas of Australia, kind of like you've got red states and blue states.
Yeah.
Man, that sucks. I did not want that line to go there.
Yeah, it's well, I don't know if you'd call it lunch.
Stage show, vaudeville, and she's roller skating. I don't want to fall off the stage. Yeah, practice makes. I practice that. Remember when you'd roller skate as pre-nagers, hit roller, whatever it was it called, in that plaza on Niagara Falls Boulevard. I was not very good at stopping. I remember running into the one door in the back where if you opened it, the fire alarm went off. That's what I used to stop myself.
I remember being pretty okay with it. Then there was that time our cousin Mike ended up inadvertently going into a split because he fell down. He said he passed out, and the next day he had a bruise on the inside of his leg that was the size of his leg.
That's gotta suck.
Okay.
Breakfast is your favorite time of the day. I have a sip of coffee here. Now you actually like to make breakfast. I mean I really like cooking over some easy
Over easy?
eggs, over easy eggs, and
In a mug?
get that bacon. No, that's a 4-minute egg.
I remember seeing that, like when I came to visit that one time and you had those for Zane, and I'm like, I forgot all about those.
4-minute egg?
Yeah, in the mug with the salt and pepper. I remember not wanting to eat it the first time because I'm like, Dad, these are boogers. It's a mug full of boogers. I don't want that.
No, that's good.
I only want my boogers.
Hold on a second. He's in the garage. I know he's taking it down. There.
We took the dogs for coffee to get pup cups, and it took us a while to get back home. We're just kind of driving by, and the traffic starts to sound like this. Look back, and there's Link taking a leak on the scotch guarded back end of the SUV there. So if only they had thumbs and voices.
Sorry. Normally he just lays in a pile of dirty laundry, but I couldn't see him at all. Thought he was looking for privacy. Let's see, light direction from the top, left. This whole arm should be kind of dark. Tell you what, I do not consider myself to be much of an inker.
That's inking thinking. Okay, I'll take that one back. Everyone forget I said that. That's stupid. Jessica Reloaded said it's good to see you all and hang out.
Is in here?
Yep. J Ray.
I don't see that. I see Jessica. Hey, what's up, Jessica?
What did I say? Did I say something wrong? Jessica Reloaded. Isn't that what I said?
Somebody said I don't see him. Unless he's like from way back. Okay. Do you see him in there? I don't see him.
Who?
Germs.
Oh yeah, he's right there. Germs is an idiot.
He's not showing up in the YouTube end. On the YouTube side. Yeah, he's a fan of your channel, Jeff. I'm pretty sure he subbed.
Oh, really?
Should have. I mean, he was asking. You're not on Discord. He was asking me about how you do certain things. And
oh, yeah. I don't understand Discord. I don't understand the benefit of Discord that other things can't. Like, what is it? Like real time or something? Or
No, it's think of it as an AOL chat room on steroids.
Okay.
Yeah,
The only,
and at times it can be just as freaky.
the only time I ever do anything with Discord is to quit it because it's in my auto start stuff, and it's like, all right, gotta wait for this thing to start stopping doing what it's doing so I can get on with it. And the thing is,
Never
like,
stop, never stopping.
well, I don't see bites because I'm almost done with the princess. The only thing I really need to do is put decals on it, and I haven't done anything with any of my recent footage. I actually got rid of Premiere Pro and Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop and all that stuff that was on my computer because it's a resource from work. And recently it was brought to my attention by IT security at work that my personal information is found on the dark web along with some of their stuff. So
Really?
yeah, because Google. Okay.
That's all it takes right there. That's the answer. Because Google.
Yeah, because Google saves all my passwords and stuff. Did you ever like not take something seriously for so long that you're convinced that it's not a problem? Because nothing's gone wrong. Well, that was pretty much me going, well, I'll just use this password because I can remember this password. And I'm so genius. I'm such a genius. Nobody else is ever going to get the password. But it's not whether they can guess it. It's whether they can get into it. And once you get into it, that's, if you can find, anyway.
No, I know what you mean. I mean, I honestly, I run an ExpressVPN. I keep my Clam X antivirus. I like that. That's what I use for my Mac. Let's see. Oh, the one thing that I did not like, I used to have a Feedly app, which I'm going to have to get rid of. In fact, I'm going to have to figure out how to get rid of that account because it was like, it was asking me, do I want to sign in with Google? And I'm like, okay. And then they're like, okay, now Google's going to be able to see every damn thing. And I'm like, all right, that's bad. All it is a news reader. And it was all it sounded weird, like they were asking me, hey, how come you want to use this? Is it because you're a journalist or you want to use it for personal, or what are you looking for, blogs and stuff like that? Look, just never mind. Okay, forget it. Forget it. It's not even necessary. It's not even worth it.
It sounds like a speed date. What do you like to do? What's your favorite color? How long have you been here? What do you do for work? Yeah, if you don't save your passwords anymore, Susie, then do you just have a mind like a steel trap? Or is there some sort of... So the IT guy uses McAfee, and I say McAfee because that's how I say it, so shut up. But I use McAfee. That's what he recommended. That's what I just got. It scanned it a bunch of times. It found one thing. So maybe that's the one thing, but it got rid of it. And then spent the last weekend just going through my passwords and redoing them. And one of the other things that the guy advised was using KeePass, which is like a program, like a database that saves your passwords.
Yeah, Macs have that already. It's called Keychain.
I don't understand it.
You have one password that opens up an app that saves all of your other passwords. Right. So it looks into that to autofill stuff.
Okay. So I'm already using because I had to do so many resets. Yeah, like KeePass. I don't but how do you use it? It's just basically a glorified folder with a notepad file with all your passwords in it, right?
Okay, so when I open up Keychain, okay, if I'm looking for a password that I can't remember, let's say it's like for a Google account, and it can get kind of convoluted because the more passwords that you save, it doesn't just save passwords. It saves a lot of other kinds of login info that just only the computer understands.
Yeah.
But let's say if I'm looking for a password I can't remember for application fill in the blank, I'll type in that application. It will list what it thinks I mean, and then I'll pick one, and it'll say, "Do you want to see this password?" And I'll say yes. So I'll put in my main password for the computer, and then it'll show me the password that I'm trying to remember, and then I'll just copy it and paste it into the thing that I'm trying to get into.
See, I don't know if I have the. This sounds pretty stupid.
It's easier than it sounds. I'm just explaining how it works, but it is easier than it sounds, and it is quite handy.
It sounds easy, but it also sounds like I'm not ready to log into this site yet. First, I have to click on this thing. Then I have to type in that thing. Then I have to click on scroll and find the thing, then copy it, then paste it. It's like, okay, so that's a step backwards. I guess
no,
that's
if it doesn't autofill. You can have that program, that keychain or whatever they're calling key pass. It'll autofill that stuff. So whenever you go to that site or whatever, a lot of times you don't have to go through that rigmarole.
Okay, well, I guess I'll have it like this is one of these situations where, yeah, the flash drive's a good idea too. It's probably good. But just do it, Webster.
Yeah, basically. You can't not. I mean, think about it. If something goes absolutely sideways with your passwords and your identity and stuff, your entire life is going to entirely stop. I mean, imagine it like when you get something in your eye, doesn't everything that you're doing get put on hold until you get that thing out of your eye?
Yeah.
Now imagine it's your identity and somebody else has it. Like I've had a credit card go and get. Here's the thing that really sucks. I had replaced this credit card because I thought I'd seen some suspicious, activity.
Mm-hmm.
They replace it. 2 weeks later, I see even worse suspicious activity. I'm like, seriously? The whole reason I replaced this was because of suspicious activity, and now it's happening like all over again.
Judicial system.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. The jizzle system. These rocks. I mean, is this turning out okay?
I don't know. Hang on.
I don't think I like the way her head is tilted.
I feel like I need to study a book about germs. It feels like I need to study a book about how to use this program, and that makes me feel old. It makes me feel comfy.
It's really not.
I'm sorry, dude. I interrupted you. How does it feel?
I was just saying, it's not. I mean, really, your only other alternative is to trust in the goodness of people, and newsflash, there isn't any.
Yeah, that's what the Bible tells me.
Man, this is a lot of texture. It's probably a bad idea to ask people to come on and make a character and then complain about it the entire time you're drawing it. That's not going to be good for your audience, I don't think. It's not good for one's audience. One being me.
Yeah. Oh, so anyway, so I have so I took all the Adobe products off my personal computer.
Mm-hmm.
Because ethics and people finding out that I'm not ethical. Because they're like,
is that paid for from your work?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like shut up. Yes.
Hey, I used to have Adobe stuff through Zoe's student account, and then that was the deal. I paid for it, but I paid for It was 2 locations. She would do work here, so I had the software here, but I pay for it myself. The thing is with the Adobe stuff is I think it's something like $50 or $70 a month, but it's like the whole suite. It's actually cheaper to do that than it is to do it piecemeal.
Yeah, it's something like $600 a year.
Yeah, something like that. But
I was thinking about doing that, and then it comes, I'm sitting here going, well, but I have that, and then I think, well, yeah, but they pay you. You should be able to. You should be able to. It seems like.
If you're working from home, it shouldn't matter.
Well, the thing is, if I'm working from home, I should be using their computer, not mine. And if I'm working on their stuff, there's no reason I should use my computer.
Well, I would have it on your computer in case their computer crashes, and then you can still get your work done. There's always a reason. But I mean, but most of the time, those packages will call for that. They're not paying for it to be on one computer. They're paying for it to be on multiple computers.
Well, right, but that's like it's Adobe versus Westrock. Like what is company policy, not Adobe's policy. Adobe's policy says you can have it on more than one computer. Westrock says yes, but they must be our computers.
Oh, okay.
It's understandable. I mean, basically, there's no reason I shouldn't admit to having done something wrong.
Yeah, and hey, not to scare you or anything like that, but I wouldn't be throwing out the name of where you work online anywhere.
Oh, are we out?
This is a live stream.
Damn it, dude!
What do you think the link means?
No, I'm basically saying that to myself. Like, I hate when that happens. I hate when I forget. I know not of my time or place. I get all comfortable with you people here.
Well, these guys are okay, I guess.
Everybody else on here going, dude, shut up.
Yeah, Susie's got a good point there.
I think that
just keep that flash drive with you.
Yeah. I was actually every so often I would we had a whole bunch of flash drives. They were just empty, and I would take information that I thought other people needed to know, and just go to the gas station, fill my tank, leave a USB drive on the gas pump. Here, have this. The mystery of knowing it's a USB drive. I wonder what's on it. How many people are stupid enough to load that thing up and go? And could be anything. Could be girly.
Yeah, that's what that Clam XAV is really good. I mean, it can be aggravating sometimes because you'll put in a flash drive that you use over and over again, and it'll still want to scan it because it just got plugged in. No. It's okay. You've seen this one before. It's okay now. Just let's get on with it. See, I've got a Mac on both sides of the room, and they're both Etherneted into the into the routers and the that stuff. I should be able to just network them together, and I've been able to do it in the past, but for some reason, I can't see one computer from the other. And after a while, I just gave up, and I'm like, screw it. I'll just everything that I need to bring over to the vinyl cutter, I'll just put it on a zip disk and bring it over there, or a zip drive. And now I'm really aging myself. 100 megabyte zip disk.
Yeah,
that's a nice turn of the millennium piece of hardware. Remember the zip disk?
Yeah, I mean, there's been so many different technological advancements in my lifetime. I wonder how many more there are going to be. I know this is probably just never going to stop, but yeah. Then when the floppy went from single-sided to double-sided, and then there was the hole punch where you could just make your own double-sided disc, which why wouldn't anyway? Then there's so it was a 5 1/4 and then 4 1/2, right? A 3 1/2.
3 1/2.
Yeah, and then there's the zip drive, flash drive. Then there's the SD card, micro SD card.
Mm-hmm.
So many. And then you think of like an old Star Trek episode where they have that little green piece of plastic. Like, this is the library. Okay, whatever, 23rd century. Back here in the 21st century, we've got this other thing. So I haven't been doing any, like, I've been filming, but I haven't been doing any editing, which means, you know, my channel, it's hard to find time to do that.
Yes.
First, and
I
after
know.
you,
I hate trying to, because the thing is depending on who you're with or what your other obligations are, it's like, yeah, this is important to me. I do want to do it, but I don't want to feel guilty for wanting to do it versus, this other stuff that I'm supposed to do, And I look at, like, when I have my days free, I want to have my days free so that I can do something like this. But then there's always like, I got to get my truck inspected, and so that's going to take time. And Lindsay has to get her car inspected, and that's going to take time. And guess who's going to do that? That's going to be me, because she's going to be at work, and for those 2 weeks I'll be home, and it's like if somebody doesn't schedule something for me like 2 weeks out, like, forget about it. There is no, hey, let's just get our stuff and go do something. Remember the last time, was it Sebastian Maniscalco had a real great bit about what it used to be like when somebody came calling, like just knocked on your door,
mm-hmm.
And the family would all be like, oh my God, somebody's here. It's all, let's go, clean the house up. We got guests. Clean the house up quick.
Yeah.
Now somebody knocks on the door and like, who the fuck is that? What are they, nuts? What are you doing? Why are you just showing up here? I won't even call somebody unless I text them first and say, hey, do you got time to talk?
Yeah. Same here. And I gotta go because I gotta go pick up my daughter from school.
Great. Cool. What time is it?
It's 3.
Is it really? Jeez.
Yeah.
How long has this thing been going on?
For 2 hours, really. It's a feature-length film.
All right. Go on your Stadia hour.
See. I appreciate everybody hanging out. Obviously, you're welcome to stay. I'm only the co-host. I can't kick anybody out of anything, but I gotta go. So it's been a pleasure, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for being a fan of the channel if you are, and I will try and respect your allegiance by spitting out an episode.
You spitting or crapping. That episode's going to come out of one end or the other.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's go check Jeff out on the Kit Bash Federation. I'll see if I can put a link to that in the chat when I'm done drawing here.
Thank you, everyone. Until next time.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I gotta see this. Why is it is baffling, Germs. I can see you chatting over there on the other computer. I can't read it, but I can see it, and I just don't know why you're not showing up in the YouTube chat. That's just weird. I don't think I haven't done anything to it doesn't say anything on the StreamYards. Actually, let me go check something out real quick. Let's see if something weird happened. Is that what that is, Jessica? Because I don't think I've ever, like even by accident, I don't think I've ever clicked on anything and said, be gone. But he may be trying to avoid, I mean, if that's something that you can do, then it might just be, he might be trying to avoid any potential conflicts. Mine is. Why is it my YouTube? and why would he be, man, I don't know how that works. If it's possible to explain it, well, if it's possible to explain it in chat. How do I see him though? How, like, I don't, can I, if I can wrench him from the StreamYard side, I would, but it's only giving me all right, fine. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Okay, move. I got it. I guess we'll see. It should be working now, or at least it is on the computer. There it is. Whew. Man, that was weird. I was like, hey, how come everybody's talking to somebody who's not there? So this is all it is right now. I'm drawing rocks. For you guys that were not here earlier, my brother was giving me ideas on what to do with the character, and the way that works is you start with, is it a man, woman, monster, or alien? And then you go from there. Do they have powers? If so, what are they? Do they fly? And you ask some basic questions until you come up with an idea of how to pose the character and what they do. And in this case, this is a person who can pull earth and manipulate the earth, manipulate dirt and rocks, kind of like Pudo in Labyrinth, the what was it, the rock biter. And I might be mixing my movie characters, but that's basically what this girl does. So she can make the earth propel her forward, kind of like Iceman does, and that's what all this is here. Yeah, it works now. You're bona fide. A nice thick outline on this. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I was like throwing ink speckles to kind of give it some grungy, some dirtiness. It went a little farther than I wanted, but what do you want? What do you want? You guys want to think of a name for this chick? I was thinking at one point Eartha something, but this isn't my character. This is somebody else's. It belongs to the chat now because Kit Bash took off. Yeah, incidentally, yeah, do check out his channel, the Kit Bash Federation. It's he does some pretty cool work on there. Don't you think it's funny how every time I do one of these things, I learn something new about how to YouTube? It seems like there's always that point where something goes horribly wrong, and then there's a lesson to be learned, kind of like an Aesop's fable, but it's how to not boomer YouTube. Yeah, I do actually. I have to learn somehow. It's funny though. Normally I'm not learning in front of people. Normally I'm like looking it up on the interwebs, like not learning it in front of people live like some kind of savage. Yeah, yeah. At first I wasn't sure if I liked the way this chick was coming together, but so far I can't complain. I mean, I could. I normally do. On the bottoms of her legs, yeah. Yeah, that was see, that's one of the things that if I was going to do it in black and white, I would illustrate it one way. If I was going to do it in color, I would do it another way, but I think for the most part, leaving stuff open as much as possible on a female body is it gives them that look of smoothness that you want to have. But if this is a character that's dealing with rocks and heavy material, I feel like it would be normal for her to have a little bit more of a defined musculature. And then there's also like where the light is coming from, what's in shadow, what isn't in shadow. and other stuff that I'm not sure that I actually have a a stranglehold on. Like, should I be blocking this out? Should it be hatched? Should it be, which pen should I be using? And on something like this, I just figure it's also practice. So I'm not gonna beat myself up if there's something that would look out of place to a pro, because this is all part of it's part of the learning process slash shaking off the rust, and also like timing myself. One of the things about working on a traditional medium like this is the lack of the undo button, and that you are forced to commit to all the decisions that you make. I can't zoom in, I can't zoom out. I can only just kind of sit here and draw it and live with and live with it at the end. Which I actually think that we're kind of at. I'm going to erase these booby glazers. And then these pencils. Maybe put some darker shadows in here. Yeah, yesterday I was working on I usually, leave at like 4:30 to get to work when I'm working the shift. And I was working on my comic book yesterday, right up to 4:30. It was blind luck that I just happened to look over look up in the corner at the clock. I wasn't even paying attention. It's like, oh shit, I gotta go. Nobody was home. Usually somebody comes home from school, or I have to take somebody to work. But yesterday it was, I almost didn't make it. That hasn't happened in years. Yeah, good muscles on the legs. I think I did okay. I got the guy that knows how to do females more than anybody is like Frank Frazetta. I got right by the camera. Awesome. I got to go through this book and this Frank Frazetta's rough work. You guys are familiar with Frank Frazetta's work, but this book here is what I need to do is just kind of go through and copy some of this stuff in sketches and go to class, in other words. I don't think that this is terrible, but I do think that it could be a little bit better. Yeah, some of the on this side, there's always this thing where I want to make sure that I'm getting as much detail as possible, but what I should be doing is paying attention to the so this dark black and whites and making things more dramatic. Don't worry about the detail that people can't see. There should be more like this. This doesn't need to be shown. All of this behind her should, if the light's coming this way, then all of this should be. See? God. This dog. I can't believe there isn't just one big line across here. Somebody might be coming home from school. That's what that is. Bear, bear, bear. Just shush. No, can't do it. Yeah, like this butt cheek doesn't need to have too much hash marks on it. This one could probably use some down here, some stark black and white. Yeah, that feels better. Anyways, do you guys know what this chick should be called? I think we were playing around with either Raquel or Roxanne. Get it? Or Eartha. Yeah, Susie, that's exactly what it is. He's getting involved in the stream, and who knows, he might even make a stream of his own right there in the garage. Okay. I'm gonna sign it down here, and I've decided that I'm using a different signature for when I do my comic book stuff, is like when I do my custom paint stuff, because it's more like a, yes, it's business oriented and whatever, but it looks a little bit more. See if you guys can see this. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what her name is. We'll probably figure it out at some other point. It's going to be Roxanne or Eartha Quake or something like that. Who knows? But that's Character Lab for today. Where's the cap to this? Anybody wants to try this again, let me know either in the comments or in the Discord. I know you know where to find me there. This is something we can either do on stream, kind of like when Jeff was here. I actually thought about trying to figure out a way to do it through chat, maybe. Ask chat questions, and then like they vote on stuff, but that could take a long time. At any rate, don't forget to Raquel. Yeah, let's do that then. Let me do it with a brush and make it look real, like kind of like a heavy metal thing. I hope this works. I don't want to ruin it. Listen to him grumbling. There she is. That's it. All done. I'm so happy you guys hung out. I know that you guys could be spending your time anywhere, but you decided to spend it here. I'll never be able to figure out why, but that's our girl. The next time I get a chance to do this, I'll see if I can. I don't know exactly how I'll get in touch with people, either through Discord or something. But that was Brian Kreisgau the first time. Jeff was here for the second one. I'll be looking for people who want to play this in probably, it might be a couple of weeks because I'm going on days, but whatever, we'll figure it out when we figure it out. I'm going to shut this down and figure out what to do for the next hour or so, and then we'll be in touch. I'll see you guys around in other chats and stuff like that, but I do appreciate you being here. Have a great rest of the day.